Like a true Midwesterner, whenever someone compliments me on anything, I must tell them that I acquired the item for a good price. And even though I'm originally an East Coast girl, I can't help but participate in this ritual because I rarely buy anything at full price, and who doesn't love a good discount? And stick with me because I know this might sound a little bit like an ad, but I promise you that it's not. In fact, I couldn't even tell you the brand of coat I scored. But this coat is amazing. It's rated to -20 degrees, so it's super warm. It's long and it goes almost to my knees, has a ton of pockets, and a fur-lined hood. It's safe to say that I am obsessed with it, and it came to me at a time when I needed it the most. I had gained some weight, and with winter quickly approaching, I tried on all of my winter coats and realized that I couldn't zipper or button a single one of them. At the time, I was in a training program and I was dealing with some financial difficulties, so I was on a really tight budget. In my hunt for an affordable coat, I went to every thrift store in town, and the only options they had were vintage and way out of my price range. And every coat that seemed warm enough at the store was at least $100, which would have meant that I would have had to take that money elsewhere from my budget, likely from my grocery budget. So I decided I put it off until next winter and just bundle up in the clothes I already had. The winters in Missouri are hit and miss. Some are super cold and some are very mild. One year I was even able to go on a 3-day backpacking trip the day after Christmas because it was in the 60s. But this particular winter was especially cold. I can't remember just how cold it got down to, but it got so cold that the pipes in my office burst, leaving us without running water. Which is not a huge deal in itself until you have to go to the bathroom. And because there was a supply chain issue at the time, it was going to take a few weeks to fix the pipes. No big deal, right? Because the nearest bathroom was only a 5-minute walk outside. Well, the temperatures were still way below freezing, and predicted to stay that way for the foreseeable future. And I had a cold that I later learned was pneumonia. And every trip outside quite literally took my breath away, to the point that I did everything I could to avoid having to go to the bathroom, including not drinking any water all day. At this point, I was layering on 3 to 4 sweatshirts at a time every time I wanted to step outside, when a box showed up to our office, but it didn't have our address on it. We looked up the address and saw that the person lived in college housing, so we searched through the university database to find their email. Our secretary sent them an email telling them where our office was located so they could retrieve their package, and they got an email back shortly after saying to keep the items as the company had already sent her a replacement. Well, we opened the box and it was filled with winter gear. There were fur-lined boots, insulated gloves, a hat, a scarf, and the most beautiful jacket I have ever laid eyes on. Knowing my struggles, my coworkers immediately agreed that the jacket belonged to me. Not only did that jacket keep me warm during one of the coldest winters I've been through, but now every time I put it on, that jacket is a reminder of just how truly blessed I am.